Okay. 4 questions. I'm ready.
Okay, good. So the first question would be, do you live near a water body or have you ever lived near a water body?
I need to say it's both because I live now near the water body. This is outside our window, the Düna. But I also grew up being connected a lot to the water. I think it's we have also a river that goes through my hometown. The longest river in Latvia, actually. Not so deep. Funny story. It's like the most random fact. I remember from history that through this river, the Vikings used to go to like deeper else with the Baltic Sea, and they would go through the river. And I used to always imagine my town, and there's like this ship, and I'm like, that's not looking good. Like it looks so ridiculous. But in my head, it's like a random fact, but it's true. Like only a couple times, like documented on the because there used to be like a big castle, but now there's nothing, like a hill, and they're like, this used to be Castle Tangala. And now there's like, 2 stones beside, and like, it was there in the little sculpture.
Okay, I don't know. Yes. And can you tell me maybe the story again which you told me before, and we were like talking at the cafe about your father who is like swimming.
Swimming in the sea. Yeah, because it's another story connection. Because my parents, we didn't go abroad a lot.
Yeah.
But every year, me and my sister, almost the whole summer, they would send us to my aunt that lives on the seaside. Sometimes my dad would also go with us or my mom, like depends on who takes vacation or whatever would come and visit. And yeah, it's a rule in our family. If you go to the sea, you need to swim in the sea. It doesn't matter how cold it is or like what's the weather. We came there for the sea, so we need to enjoy the sea in every way possible.
Yeah.
And the story of my father, who decided that this rule is sacred and he needs to go to swim in a storm. I mean, he was not alone. There were 2 of his brothers and his nephew, my cousin. All of them went, like this. Yeah, they will just drag out each other out. No, it's like it just was random. I think it also was the time when they were like, oh, it's the last time because on the day we were also leaving. And they were like, yeah, we go anyhow. The weather is whatever. We go to the sea is great. The waves, it's the best thing ever. Like, it's like something I also remembered because this year I also went again there. The waves are coming, and like, how you swim like straight. When there is a wave, you swim like this, and your ass is moving up. Yeah. It just going and enjoying the water seemed too important, discarding the safety of whatever was going on, because the water is the warmest. Like, that's, I can tell you for sure. The water warming up super high. When it's usually like around 17, 20, it can come up to 30 during the storm. Don't know what's the reason. Probably also the lightnings that shoot against the sea.
Yeah. So much energy.
Yeah, a lot of movement, a lot of energy. I mean, it's also beautiful in a way.
Okay. And what does water mean to you? Like in a philosophical way, or
I would say I did connect a lot to water to me, because as a kid, if we go somewhere to swim, I would be the last one. Like, when you swim so much that your lips turn blue and you get cold. My mom used to call me a little amphibian man, like a little amphibian human. It's to the point when I was like crazy, just trying. It's not even swimming. It was just being in the water and like just losing yourself in the surface. Like when you just sit like this, so you can breathe, but like you're still in the water.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I guess in this time I didn't interact with so much water as I used to as a kid. So maybe for now my biggest association with the water, it's my childhood that I spend a lot with the water. I don't know. It's a lot. When I think about the water and swimming, I just remember the whole time I spent with my family somewhere beside it.
Yeah. And the last question is, do you think it is important to give the river or the water body space again?
Yeah, I just think about like also because the city I grew up, the town, it gets flooded a lot. Like, I mean, there are a lot of precautions. There are dams built off, and so I mean, in the height of I would say 10 meters. So there's like a river bottom, and there's like a dam that protects the city. So the water goes up, like nothing is gonna happen. Like just like the other side of the river because it's a newer part. The house is there too close to water for the idiot. Goodbye. The basement goodbye. Yeah. Exactly. Um, I think it's I guess it's important to save what we have now, but also without this. Maybe it's a bit of how to say it, humanistic perspective that the people also because they already live like that, and if you let go of the water too much, then who knows how it's gonna turn up. Mm, because it also leads to my kind of research that I do in my sister's town where she lives now, and there is this like a loop where there is a sea and there is like a river, and this part is where there used to be opening to the sea, but now there are like living houses and like infrastructure for people. Hello. So I think it's in a way would be a shame to lose this, but in a way it's also understandable, I guess, in this case that the nature will take its own like back, despite our pulls like the tries and so yeah, I think it's important to know that the nature, the water, anyhow, is stronger than us. So maybe we just keep to ourselves, not trying to restrict it too much. So at some point, just breaks out